Is your armor tired? Then it must be crazy Minecraft. Well, not necessarily just that, but you know what I mean. Because I did some things off screen that involved a lot of fighting. Uh, got my armor a little whooped again. This time I think I'm just gonna retire it rather than letting it get broke. So I'm gonna, put it on a nice armor stand and stuff. I fought some wyverns. I got some eggs finally. That was intense. I also have plenty of the blind sight set now because I did in fact use my sound emitter to refight the Sapient General and the in the Midnight Shades. So I have a lot of stuff. I got like 9 fights off one bucket of Asgardite. Oh my gosh, that was intense. Uh, it shows you don't have to do it that often, at least. Oh dear. As you can see, I kind of left these blind sight axes all over the place in my inventory, because yeah, I got a lot of them. I do in fact also have an entire full set of blind sight, including the axe, in the inventory of my Caco team and Cackles. So I really started using up some space. I'm gonna have to rearrange this like crazy. But before that happens, I do have yet more stuff to do. So yeah, and part of it involves some of this stuff that I got, because I got most of these rune shards from those fights. So it's kind of a ridiculous amount that I got. Oh my gosh, I think I need to use this to make, yeah, I need to use this to make that. The thing is, I won't be needing as many of these this way as I first thought, because of something else I can do. The thing is that the thing is, all of this blind sight set, oh, and I may have accidentally clicked with that, uh, it does have a cool effect. It fires this little magical shot thing like you see a lot in this mod, where it's like these little thing with a sparkle trail, and apparently can go out and hit enemies. I don't know how much damage it does, but I did hit the button and I shot a few, so yeah. The thing is, all of these have crafting recipes, and that means they can be uncrafted. And the thing is, each of them has one of these rune stones, so I can actually take some extras and I can process them into their stuff. So that means I can kind of get a pretty good amount, like a pretty darn good amount of it like reorganized. Like again, I have a full set from those fights, no kidding. But at the same time, I'd kind of like to maybe uh, get it more. Well, I might be able to have more than one set, because one I might use and one I might just keep around here. Let me see. What was I going to eat? I was going to have something to nibble. Was I going to actually go for the steak? I think I was going to go for the steak. Well, actually, I might want to try out one of these peaches, because I hear they're really good. Okay, so that did not last long, but so it's kind of like an alternate version of the cooked troll meat, which is apparently easier to get because I could not get a sapling from that tree. So what's up with that? I might actually just have some baked potatoes while I do all this other stuff. So yeah. And the thing is, I was also reading up on my circle magic because I was going to make myself a familiar, and I've been thinking of experimenting with my cat, because I do have that comet kitty, and I can get most of this pretty quickly. Some of it I already have on hand, but the altar power of 8,000 was the one I was thinking of, like, oh my gosh. So I did a little dedicated redecorating off screen. So you may notice a few more plants in this area, and some have been moved. I took some of my Spanish moss, I put it on these trees to dangle around. Some of it's growing in front of me because this stuff spreads fast. I've got my just a little bit of bushes. I greened up the place a little bit more with some bone meal. Put some glintweed over here. Made some additional area for my water artichokes. Even put some of moss on here, which I find interesting that it actually can in fact be on there at all, because sometimes you can't place things very well on blocks that are considered light sources. So yeah, that's very nice, and because it goes with this witchery area so much, I just had to do something with it. So it's like, yeah, we're just greening up everything, even the lights. So yeah, but yeah, officially, I can do it. That's right. It's meme time. It's over 9,000! Yeah! Over 9,000 altar power. One of the things I had to do other than greening stuff up is I had to finally fill my chalice with redstone soup, so that also means, consequently, I only have 1 drop of luck left. So if this much power can't make it straight, then I know for an absolute truth that it is bugged and that I will only ever be able to just swap the ingredients because apparently there's no other way. So if I do try that again one more time to make redstone soup, then I will know for sure, because if it doesn't work with 9,000 altar power, it's not gonna work. At least not easily. I mean, I can't get much higher. I theoretically could, but at the same time, it would be a bit tricky to go much more than that. So, I am going to start doing a few things. And in case you're wondering why my levels are so drained, it was because I was in fact using my sword a decent amount in that fight. I did get a few upgrades that way. I've also got a few of these, because whenever you beat a strong opponent with your slash blade type weapon, then you can sometimes get these. And they give you ways to change your special action or your style action in your with your sword. I think you use an anvil to do it. But the thing is, I've got slash dimension right now, which is that thing that makes that kind of swirl on top of the enemy. But I could also get wave edge or piercing, which can sometimes hit multiple enemies because they kind of form like a slice beam, like an energy slash that travels and it can like plow through them. So uh, it would be kind of cool. So if I have a lot of experience again, I'll probably swap it out that way. Although the blade is more conservative with your experience than you'd think when you're actually using an anvil, it's just not very conservative whenever you're repairing it, because its self-repair is very greedy for experience. Like way more than the vanilla mending enchantment is these days. So that's definitely a thing to contend with. So yeah, as you could see, I was reminding myself of the redstone soup. But yeah, so I am going to go to the other side and start doing some crafting, uncrafting, and recrafting. In fact, I might want to take a little something with me. But then again, maybe not, because I will be getting some of these out. On the other hand, I think a lot of my black iron is over there, actually, and I think I just kind of left it in my other base. So, yeah, I think I'll go ahead and just take these along for the ride. So, yeah, this means that all that mining I was planning on doing is probably not going to happen, because it turns out that I really didn't need to. I did a little, but at the same time, since I'm going to be able to uncraft all this, I should be fine. I was able to recharge my hammer in between, so thank goodness for that. Okay, so I'm just going to teleport straight to... Okay, hometown. Yeah. Reminds me, I need to go to some of these other places, like going to, back to the end, because that one is where my my in portal is. Okay, let's zip in here, please. I think most of my stuff is here.
Arachnophobia! Eight-legged terrors! Ha ha ha!
We know the drill, Gooderness, including the fact that, unfortunately, because of how mob events are handled in this pack, that won't be happening. Which would have been really cool if it had, because I would have been totally up for fighting a lot of spiders and getting tons and tons of stuff. Oh, I should probably start taking these things with me, too. Okay, so I won't be able to take all my magical coins. I'll just remember that I have at least some back there. But at least I was able to get a lot of them deposited. Okay, coal brick, that's a totally different thing. Cast iron ingot. I think it's black iron that this stuff evolves. Okay, that's where the other dark soul is. Uh, yeah, because I think I need some of this for the crafting of some of these items, because I want to do the high tier stuff. Oh, there's more, there's the other rune shards. Yeah, I need to unite some of my inventories. And you might be going on a ride. Okay, so let's keep things from destroying my village. Because if I don't, some very nasty things can rip stuff apart. Those big golems will take blocks from anything and anywhere. Okay, so let's start doing this. I have, let me see, I know for a fact I have the full set in Cackle's inventory, so everything else is basically an extra. But let's see how much extra I got. Let me see, I have the helmet, the chest plate, and the boots, and I have a second helmet. And I have a ton of these axes. I'll see if I can shred this one carefully first. Oh wait, I'm gonna need experience for all this, won't I? Eee. That could be difficult. Well, maybe I could just prioritize on a few things. Because what I was wanting to do is to make some of this cool Uber equipment. Well, some of this I can make without it, obviously, but this on the other hand is going to be tricky because I'm going to need the black iron from it. And a couple of rune stones, because I want to make this rune destroyer. It just looks so awesome. I also want to be able to make this shadow axe, and that thing takes a full one in and of itself. Some dark, actually I have all that I need for this right here. I don't need to do any major conversion for that because I already have everything. So let's do that part. Okay, so let's make this shadow axe. I only have so many of these, but I can make more eventually. The Shadow Axe. This thing has better void damage, better magic, a little less base attack, but also says it can deal area damage on right click for a cost of 12 magic, and it has very high knockback. So even though it doesn't say it has knockback, this thing apparently just smacks them backward. I'm gonna have to see that, because that sounds super fun. So those I could do without having to destroy anything. And I could go around trying to convert more of those rune shards into rune stones and looking for those altars, but I do have the ability to just do stuff here, so that helps. Okay, so I have the Extreme Axe of Awesomeness. I want to put it somewhere special for now. Hey, that was my oh yeah, this is right, I also still have one over here. Yeah. So I'm going to put this over here for now. Eventually I will be using it because it deals more void damage than lithe, so it really is just horrifically damaging. So wait, this okay. It also has like way more durability. Oh my gosh. Like seriously? Okay. So I need to destroy a couple of these axes. Now the axes were guaranteed drops from the Sapient General. The pieces of armor were usually one of them was dropped, not 100%, and it was a random one. So that's why I have so many axes, but the other pieces aren't really that repeated. It's the drop chance from the boss. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to take apart 2 of these axes and hopefully recover their gems. And for that matter, their handles. Okay, so let's see what it decides I shouldn't have, because that's a big deal. Now as for these, they just have the ingots and the runestones, but I also need some of the black iron, because if I'm going to make that rune destroyer, I'm going to need some of this. Okay, so let's tear apart a couple of these. Okay, thank you. I didn't entirely need that ingot. It's just kind of extra. I mean, it's convenient, but if I happen to get the ingot, but I don't really need it for what I'm after. So that's fine with me. Okay, used up a bit. So, oops, wrong thing. I meant to keep... Darn sweeps. Well, at least my magic doesn't seem affected. Okay, I only have a couple levels left, though. So I may need to go out and deal with some things to get some more. But how much does it actually need? Because okay, oh, I have enough for it now. Okay, that's good, that's good. Because I need 2 Dark Souls, which I got mainly from the Midnight Shade portion of those fights. So I literally fought 18 enemies in a row, because I got 9 spawns from it. So that was 9 Sapient Generals, and each of them spawned a Midnight Shade. So 18 fights, or 18 bosses off 1 bucket of Liquid Asgardite. That was ridiculous. Uh, it was mainly just a long fighting sequence for me, but at least you guys see the original fight and what it was like. Imagine that with me flying around in a more open space, and you get the idea, because I totally went back to the Crystalline Spikes. That's like my default boss arena now, for me just going out and summoning stuff. Okay, so 2 of these, 3 of those, 4 of those. I have enough. I'm good. Okay, let's do this. But I'm going to burn through these super fast. And I just realized I may have partially inverted that recipe. Now this thing looks awesome. It also looks like, oh my gosh, what does it look like on my character model? Oh, whew. Man, it's like I got a giant club. Could you imagine if a giant was holding this when they upscale everything that they hold? Oh my gosh, that would just look enormous. Oh, oh dear. Yes, yes, Bula. After what I've been through, I am a bit tired. I've been through a lot of boss fighting and stuff. It was kind of intense. Okay, now I still have a few of these, and I'm now out of runestones. But well, I'm not really out of runestones. I actually have a ton. So if I bounce between that one location and quickly zip around, I should be able to find some things. Now this is also something that looks like it'll be good to get. The Shadow Rune Wand, because it says it left click to shoot an ultimate void projectile. Uses 25 magic at once, so that sounds intense. So I may have to do even more boss fighting for that, because I'd like to get that boss item ready. But then again, maybe not, because I happen to know that it needs like some big honkin' structure that I totally have not seen yet. It's like some epic Titan structure thing. So if I haven't seen anything resembling that, then I know that I haven't been close enough to find it. So yeah, so I might get the wand first. Okay, so let's go to Sundown. I'll grab myself a boatload of those shards and make myself a few of those other things. And supposedly there's supposed to be a chance of actually fighting the Midnight Shade again while you're in the Midnight. That's supposed to be a thing, but obviously we have spawning issues, so yeah, that may not be happening anytime soon. So just noting that. Okay, so let me go with this. I'm literally going to take the stack in case I can get more, because that would just be a nice bonus. Actually, do I have anything for... because that's not noted specifically. I should probably turn that back into home. Yeah, I definitely need to turn that back to home. Because those are some very special mob drops. Also, I grabbed some other things, so I should be much better. I do have some snake eggs. Totally not the same as wyvern eggs. Because they got dark, rattle, and cobras. And it's pretty easy to raise them, so at some point I totally will. Because all you really need to do is warm them up with torches. And then they're like, hey, nice to see you. So I'm totally going to do that. But not right now, immediately. I want my shadow gear. My shadow gear is looking like it'll be awesome, so I want this gear. I already have this. I have the axe. You know, come to think of it, I might want to just grab the axe and just hold on to it. Just in case I need to really whack something hard. Which could happen. Was there anything in there? That's all my other pet maintenance. You know, I should probably put all these eggs in pet maintenance. because this is more pet related stuff. So yeah, so let's just deposit some eggs. Although even that kind of relates. I have some miscellaneous stuff in there. Like I still have some of these lying around. I have so much proud soul. I really need to use that more. Like I need to actually just make the high tier crafting ingredients from that and just go for it. Which reminds me, I will be needing a saddle. Wait a moment. Something I almost forgot. Was it? No, I think it was under mount. Oh yeah. Thing is, I was thinking since we got more creatures, maybe I could make this for my special mounts. Because this crystal mount armor, it's craftable as long as you got more creatures, and it's for very special mounts like wyverns. So I'm gonna have to craft that at some point. That's gonna be cool. Okay, so that's good stuff. Let me see anything else. I should be mostly good to go. But yeah, I may have to do another major fight at some point to get more Dark Souls, because you only get one of those per Midnight Shade. And you can get more from some of the other Midnight bosses, but I don't know where they are. I'm pretty sure that that other altar isn't the one that I've been seeing around everywhere, so I don't know what that thing is. It could be a boss altar.
Arachnophobia! Eight-legged terrors! Ha ha ha!
Wrong dimension. I made such a habit of this one. Oops. Yeah, I don't need to do that fight right now. I'll get back to that later. Of course, I could summon some of the ones that drop more directly, because supposedly there's some other midnight mini bosses and bosses that have much better stuff. What the? What's hitting me? Uh-oh. Mini golem attack. You just snuck right behind me, didn't you? Wonk. That was a little crazy. Okay, so that all happened. I thought I saw a grass block. Did it disappear? Did someone pick it up? Oh my gosh, it can pick up chunks of this structure? I wonder if there's a piece missing. Like, seriously? How rude! These are supposed to be some very nice looking blocks. And you come in here and you just throw them around unceremoniously. Oh my gosh. Really? You know how much effort it must have took to design a portal that cool? It's like, golems, please, give them your respect.
Blade Flurry! Prepare to be diced and sliced.
Can also respect the accent, but also realize it's not happening. Well, not accent, but dramatic voice. Because, again, we have a slight issue with... I know I keep saying that, but it's something that's very good to reiterate because it's totally true. Okay, I'm here back in the midnight. Okay. I think I want to portion this out into units just in case. Oh, I can also toss these additional ingots in here. These are only really meant to be... I think they're only really meant to be used in combination with stuff, so it makes things a little tricky. Although I kind of do wonder if those other altars are in fact the right one, because I know these are meant to do this. Now that just let in. Oh, a couple of them really close to each other. Sweet. Okay, so that didn't use up any other stacks. Gonna use that whenever it's stacked directly. So I'm wondering if it'll literally just take 16 at a time, which would be nice. Okay, it does. Okay, so I didn't have to worry too much about the whole stack thing. It does take a little time and do things. Because this is the one I'm wondering, is it really the boss altar? Like if I were to, see, do I have a crafting table around here, please? Ah, yes, I do. In fact, I have a couple of them for some reason. I guess I must have crafted an extra at some point. Okay, so I'm not going to do the other thing next. I'm going to do this just because I'm very curious about this. Now, because I realize how tricky this could all get if this really is in fact a boss fight, I'm going to take out some very special things. Safari net and a Safari net launcher, just in case things go haywire. Because if this really is the boss altar for the Midnight Titan, yikes, that would be intense. So I would probably have to move him to another location, because I've heard it's just ridiculous around here. But I also heard he also drops some of these Dark Souls back, so I might be able to do more stuff. So the temptation has got the best of me. I'm going to have to do it. Oh boy. Yeah. We're doing this. We are doing this. Okay. He's pretty big, so I should be able to hit him. Yeah, Midnight Titan. Yoink. Oh, gosh. Thank you for working. Oh, okay. That just happened. I have a super boss in a Safari net. So I may have put you into a pocket dimension. Okay. The question is now, where and how do I want to fight him? Because I could do it. I could theoretically do it in this dimension, especially if I get out Cackles, because I know I looked up some of his stats and how he does things, and apparently he is not, in fact, entirely resistant to magic. So what I could do is I could whip out my my other wand. Well, I could do that one. Now that one does help a lot, but I just don't know if it deals the kind of damage I'd need. Okay, so so regardless of the rest of its look, this is for the Midnight Titan. At least I believe so. That might actually be for something lesser, and maybe it needs more blocks for the Midnight Titan. But well, we found out what works for one of them. That was really cool. And speaking of really cool, what's up with this? Is this okay? So that's not in fact a crazy house. I really thought that was some crazy villager housing they had here, but no, that's just a very odd formation. Okay, I got a few of these. So that's working. You know, there is another way I might be able to induce things around here. Oh, wait. Could it? Oh, I'm wondering, could I force that here? I mean, does it? What does it say the biome is? Okay, it does say midnight. So it's not like it's a copy of the overworld. Because if it was, there's something else I could do. Something that I should have done quite some time ago, actually. But I have Division Sigil. I can use it. So I could theoretically make Cursed Earth. However, If I remember correctly, I don't think I have anything with Silk Touch, but let me look, just in case I got something lying around here. Because, yeah, that has Fortune, that doesn't have Silk Touch. I need something with Silk Touch. Because I need it to dig it up. That's a Blindside Axe, that's not Silk Touch. Sorry, none of this stuff counts. There's a lot of good stuff in there, but none of it has Silk Touch. I don't think Better Enchanting is in this pack, so I couldn't just choose Silk Touch either. I can, however, find a book. I can try to... Okay, wait, I got a theory here. I think I can search in a way where it will... No, that's not gonna happen. Well, that you can use it for Silk Touch modifier, but that's not what I mean to do. What do you need for that? Oh, you need a golden pickaxe with Silk Touch. Yeah, that's entirely my point of how I need stuff. Okay, so that's catch 22. At least I can find these villages nicely. Hey, by any chance, do any of you have... Maybe this is a special altar for a boss? Or maybe it's just a light source. I'm not sure. It could be either. Or both. They do seem quite present. But the big thing is, do any of you, by any chance, sell a book with Silk Touch? Essence of Chicken. That's one of those random trades. Wind's Wrath 3. Not bad. Blind Light Ingot. But do any of you have books with Silk Touch, please? Silk Touch. I'm looking for Silk Touch. Enchanted book with Silk Touch. Silk Touch. Blind Light Boots. Quake 3. Nice, but not what I'm after. Candy Hoe. Candy Helmet. Hey, you got 2 random trades from other lists. Good for you. Let's see if any of these villagers have what it takes to trade with me, because I want a Silk Touch book. Please. Please. Fortune 3. Kind of the inverse of what I'm after, but just nice to know you have the equivalent. Frost 3. Rune Speed Staff. Blind Light Hoe, which is the one part of the Blind Light set that I'm not entirely worried about. I think I have other things that can hoe. Though admittedly, the idea of hoeing netherrack, that I'm kind of curious about. I think it just turns it into dirt, though. Nope. You do have some other parts of the set, I must admit. That's good to know. Trading with you would definitely be a good idea to do it. Oh, you could actually trade for it if you could get 25 of those coins. Might I add again, you only get like 1 each from the midnight shade, so that would be a very expensive one, but it would work. Fortune 3. I need something very specific. I need Silk Touch. Let me just walk around you carefully here. No, pushing you over. I just want to see your trades. Another Shadow Axe trade. Cool. Frost 3. I'm getting a pattern here. Did one of you fall off the tree? Quake 3. Reinforced Y-Track. Not what I'm after. Congratulations on making it here. Yes, I'd say congratulations were in order, because it's pretty intense getting to here, I gotta admit. Okay, so... I know I'm trying to crawl around here carefully, but this form has a decently sized hitbox. I think I went around them all now. Hey, you. The one who... Oh, yeah, you definitely fell from the tree. Poor villager. I mean, seriously, that was a nasty fall. You're the one with Essence of Chicken, apparently. Yeah, you are. You might want to, be a bit more cautious. I don't have very many splash healing potions at home, but I can make some. Just don't know if I'd be able to find you again. Another random formation that just looks cool. Like, seriously, this place has some interesting terrain generation. How does it do that? Had to have had some tweaks or something. Because it's obviously sort of like the overworld, but not like the overworld. I also might want to have another round at those trees and see if they actually give a sapling in it if it was just really rare. Which would be somewhat discouraging towards farming them. Okay, let me see here. So, I know where the structures are. Those guys can sell me stuff, but I don't see a single one that wants to sell me what I really would like. I do have some coinage. For reference, I have 10 midnight coins. I have 43 coins of the depths, 64 magical coins. I have a boatload of metallic from all the mini bosses I fought over time, especially the spitting troll. I mean, I gotta admit, I like its meat, so it's kind of tasty and very very healthy because it makes you regenerate like crazy. So therefore, or at least better off than some of the other things that help you regenerate. So, but therefore, I have a pretty good pile of metallic coins. Also, fighting some other creatures along the way, they've dropped it, so yeah. Okay, I think I'm coming back to where I've been. Yeah, that one's got a missing thing, so I know that it's been used. But it also means that was in fact the Sky Village I'd found before, so finding it again should be fairly easy. At least one of them I found maybe it wasn't one I found previously, maybe it just was. Okay, either way, I've come back around because there's my extra crafting table, which I might want to go ahead and pick up. Yoink. Okay. Now, what was that other thing I was going to try to make? It was the wand. Yeah, that's an awesome wand. I need some more Dark Souls, though, and... See, do I really want to face the Midnight Titan, though? He's really powerful. Like, super, super powerful, and this poor armor is getting whooped. It still has a good amount of durability left, and I do have some time to go for it. I might just go for it. But at the same time, if I have him in this, maybe I could produce more. Of course, I could just do that with the others too. I can use a captured midnight shade for that. It produces Dark Souls. Probably won't be as hard to beat as Midnight Titan. I could probably just beat a few more of them and capture an extra one, make sure that I had more to make these. Because the Midnight Shades aren't really that harsh with the equipment I've got. So I might just go all out and fight Midnight Titan now and just do another like redo where I catch up Midnight Shade. So that might be the way I go with things. I know this guy's got quite a loot pile. You know, I might actually go back for another reason. Because if I can find a certain thing, if I can find a certain enemy to distract them. Whoa. Yeah, it's that how that place looks from afar. Okay, nice. It looks like a sky castle from here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. Or maybe... Oh, would it be funny if I could go to the moon and see if he suffocates to death? That would be very cheesy and very fun. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get my oxygen gear and go to the moon. I'm gonna fight this guy on the moon. I mean, Midnight Titan. We're talking about like the way the sun and moon shift. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna fight him on the moon just for kicks. I'd be just for the kicks of it. I'm gonna fight him on the moon. I mean, they suggest to if you can move them, go ahead and move them to some other location. So I'm gonna take him up on that. I'm gonna fight him on the moon. So I'm gonna wait. Do I have my? Where did I put my oxygen tanks? Hello? I think I would. Oh wait, maybe I put them up with my project gear. Oh no, that didn't happen before. Hey, I thought I fireproofed this area by having things far enough away not to catch on fire. Did something... Oh, I think I know what happened. Okay. Wrong button. Come on, let me transform so I can fight the fire. Oh, my power went down big time. It's still over 8,000. But I lost so much. I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened. I think what happened was one of these, yeah, I think this tree had its Spanish moss grow down too far and get too close to that fire and then light everything up. I think that's what happened. But even with this disaster, I still have over 8,000. So I think I can rebuild from this. Maybe take down some of these trees and regrow them or something. Because that was painful. All I wanted to do was get my oxygen gear and then stuff went down. Yeah, here's my oxygen gear. I don't need to have these tanks on all the time. But I do need to have them whenever I go to the moon. And that's where I'm going to be going. This is going to get really crazy, really fast, and I'm going to probably have some serious issues. Let me see. Spellcasting might work on them, but I don't have too terribly many that I'm going to be really using, so I'll probably want that there. Okay, so let's transform again and go to the moon. Yeah. Luckily, I don't have to take a rocket every time these days. I haven't really built my base though, so spoiler alert, not much changed. I do have a good idea though. I want to make it out of that nice ether stone that I keep getting. You know, to make it look...
Raptor rampage! The hunt has begun, and you are the prey.
I'm sorry, but there's no way to give other creatures oxygen. So see if I go blaze form in on the moon, will it? Yeah, I smolder. I smolder. Okay. I may have to do this as a ground fight. I may have to do this as a ground fight. See, Mjolnir is going to be good, but I need my other wand instead. Yeah. This thing's probably going to be the one that takes a good chunk out of them. I might be able to slug them with this, but we'll see. Anything else? Well, I have this. I have this Void Wand. So let's see if he can breathe on the moon. Because I kind of doubt it. Whee! Drift. Okay, I'm going to have to do this very carefully and very backwards. Whee! He's taking damage. He is actually taking damage on the moon very slowly. Spamming magic attack. Ouch. Did I demolish him that fast? Wow. That was insane. Where did he die? Oh, where the loot is. Obviously. Hey, where's the other Dark Souls I was supposed to get? Is there a slight misinterpretation there? Titanic Magic Tome. Oh yeah, that's gonna be even better than this one. And you can only use one at a time. Okay. This is a Midnight Token. Important for next dimension coming soon. Unfortunately, we're not having that happen because I don't think this is going to be developed for a while further. So, yeah. Oh, wait, I did get Dark Souls. I got 4 of them. So I did get them from them. I must have landed on top of them. I literally landed on top of that. Okay. So I now have what I need to make the last piece of the Dark Equipment set that I wanted. Okay, okay. We're doing this. And, okay, I need to swap out my, need to get Mjolnir going here again. Oh, now I have, you gave several coins. Okay, let's get you to a place that you're not gonna die. Okay, sundown, please. I cannot believe how fast that Midnight Titan went down. Just sweeps and then poof. I mean, goodness sakes, he just got mauled. I thought it'd be cool to go to the overworld first, do it as
Winter's
a big fight with.
The weather outside is frightful.
I mean, for a while I thought it was gonna be a cool idea to like take it outside the overworld, have Cackles help me out, but no, it just went down so quick. Oh my gosh, that was insane. I honestly did not think of it happening that fast. I mean, he was supposed to be big super boss, and I blitzkrieged him. I mean, just all out blitz. That was just absolute insanity. Okay. So let's get this awesome wand. Because this thing looks like it's gonna be cool. So I have this wand, I have this axe, and I have this, well, I put it up because I needed some space. I got this rune destroyer, which, it might add, this thing is eternal. It doesn't worry about durability, but you have to let it recharge before you can hit it with full power again. So, yeah, this thing has a boatload of uses. I mean, this is like something that you'd use to take down an entire trove of divine RPG bosses or something. Like, it has just ridiculous durability and a ton of damage output. So, yeah, and might add, part of that's armor piercing. So, yeah, good luck standing in the way of that thing. So I got a lot of good stuff today, including this Titanic Magic Tome. Yes. Now, isn't there supposed to be an Energy Tome, too, that I've heard would be good? Energy. Tome of Energy. Right-click to shoot a shaft of energy that pierces enemies and blocks. 8 magic. Okay, so that's mainly a projectile thing. It's not like gives your abilities more power. So yeah, that might have been partially useful, but I'm pretty sure my Sapient War Wand totally made its bid for the best weapon against him. It was kind of obvious. And Savior Seal, I think the one time he hit me, he may have in fact hit me hard enough for you to be needed, so good clutch thing there. And by the way, one thing you may have noticed, just as a funny going out thing, because of the way that mob statues works, it takes the information directly from the entity data of how a mob should look. So whenever it creates a trophy, it does it dynamically. It's not where you can get access to every statue. Like, for example, I put in statue, for example. Well, there's only a few statues that show up. And none of them are the right one, because these come from a special, very special mod. Darn lips. Yeah, and you can't even look it up under mob statues or anything like that. It's something that's very specific. Like, you can't, like, even with NEI, which is supposed to show you absolutely everything there is, it doesn't happen. There's a few things that'll do that, and this is one of them. So that's why I think this particular mob statue mod is cool, is because it makes them up on the spot. So whenever I accidentally whacked Savior Seal here a little too hard, it made his statue. But the cool thing about this one in particular, I might add all these occupy a full block even if they don't look like it, so I can't just run in here. But the thing is, because they always have a name tag above them, like always, and the way that it also orientates itself because of the way the ether handles it, means that this statue actually has a name tag hovering above it for no reason other than it's the way it is on the mob. So yeah, I just think that's hilarious. I mean, that's just a cool mob interaction. And meanwhile, my statue collection is expanding, so yeah, just a few decorative things before I go. And this guy's statue is so ridiculous because the axe is actually part of the model that I had to point them in the proper direction or it would look just too funny, because that axe will smash into the ground if you put him at ground level. So I had to have him aiming off a ledge. And it makes it look like the sapient generals that I've defeated are now guarding my garden. So it's like, stay off my lawn, or you could chop with the axe. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have to repair my witchery area off screen and get a few things ready for my big familiar binding. So I'm gonna be doing my big experiment with my cat next time in all likelihood. So whenever I do get back, I'll probably be having a magical cat routine. And if that doesn't work, I may be able to get a kitten or something because uh, I know where the comet kitties landed in the Twilight Forest, and I think I can get back there and find where the others went. They, I don't think they despawn. I think they've just been wandering around the area randomly. And if I can get a couple more, if you breed them, it always makes a normal cat. So it's not where they're guaranteed to act differently. Because even if the Comet Kitty does, the normal cat that they produce whenever they breed will be fine. So I do have a backup plan for in case my Comet Kitty does not convert. Because I do want to get my familiar finally. I mean, I went out of my way to get over 9,000 power, which is no longer applicable due to a random fire issue that next time I'll try to be admittedly more cautious of. Maybe no tree there this time. Or at least no moss hanging that close to the obvious fire. Yeah. So I have a few other things to do off screen and prepare for and all sorts of stuff now, but yeah, I'll be back. And apparently I did get all of my cool, like, shadow theme set plus a bit more, so that is awesome. All this stuff has some serious void related stuff, and I beat the Midnight Titan on the moon. Yeah, I mean, you've just gotta admire the fact that just sounds like a cool thing to do. I beat the Midnight Titan on the moon. Okay, I think that's everything for now. So, and after this, I guarantee I will be retiring this poor, slightly beaten up armor. More than slightly, actually. But yeah, so this has been Glitch Reaper. I'll be signing off for now. Hope to hear from y'all later. So bye for now, everybody, and remember, keep your Minecraft crazy.